I want your list of the top 5 craziest fan bases in college basketball. There was a list that was put out by one podcast's Twitter feed. A lot of people got upset by it. If you looked at the fine print, it was written. It said that it was from the South Harmon Institute of Technology. Anybody that is a fan of the movie accepted. Anybody that is a Blake Lively fan should know what the South Harmon Institute of Technology is. I won't elaborate.
No idea.
Is what it is. But I want your lists of the top 5 craziest fan bases. Fanta, I'm going to you first.
All right, no blue bloods in this because it doesn't count. I mean, they speak for themselves. They sell their own tickets, so I'm going off the map. First time I was ever in this building, I could not believe the fan base. It was almost cult-like, but I was in shock and awe and thought they're going to win the game because of this fan base. And I'm going to go out to Ames. I'm going to go with Iowa State. I think Cyclone fans are fantastic. Hilton Magic is real. Hilton Magic is real. Fran Fraschilla told me so, and then I saw it in person, and it is, in fact, real. Iowa State, number 1. Dayton, number 2. Flyer fans travel well. There's a reason why the first 4 is at UD Arena. You know why? They pack the place with residents from the area, from the neighborhood. A lot of fan bases can't get out to UD Arena in 2 nights. Remember, the Selection Sunday happens and the first 4 starts 48 hours later. Guess why it works? Because the Dayton community embraces it. Number 3, BYU. They're going to be a welcome addition to the Big 12. Wait until Kansas and Texas go out to Provo for a 9 o'clock Big Monday game. It's going to be insane. BYU fans are already great. They're crazy. They're number 3 for me. Number 4, Wichita State. That fan base is fantastic. They fill the place up. Another passionate fan base. And so for me, the Shockers have my number 4. And then number 5, totally off the radar, mid-major style. I went to Hartford to cover the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. I walk in, Florida State is playing. Guess what? I didn't have to know who they were playing because all I heard was UVM, UVM, UVM. The Vermont Catamount fans are a great fan base. Vermont, you land in my number 5 spot of craziest fan bases, a little bit off the map, but I'm going to give the Catamounts some love.
I'll tell you what, you nailed that like a split hog. I went with some more. I went blue bloods. So like, I will say this: the first time I ever went to the SEC tournament, I think I was 14 or 15 years old. My father took me. We went up and spent a couple of days, and I will say this: it turns into the Kentucky Invitation. Because even in games that are not affiliated with Kentucky, even in the morning games when Kentucky's not playing, the entire stadium's blue. It's incredible. Their fan support, just the sheer number. So I got to give them, credit there. I did this more of like a superlative type deal because it's impossible to like go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even though Fanta years were fantastic. But most intelligent fan bases, I'm going to split between Indiana and Purdue. These guys know what they're talking about. When you talk basketball, Indiana and Purdue both know what they're talking about, and they all hate Goodman. Every one of them. So they got to know what they're talking about. No, I'm just kidding. I love Jeff. But you get what I'm saying. Like, these guys know basketball. The people from the state of Indiana know basketball. Purdue people especially, like, these guys understand the ins and outs, and they appreciate good basketball, even if it's slower tempo basketball. So I'm going Indiana, Purdue. Most excited, I'm not – and this fan base, this next fan, they're so excited, and they don't really know that they're supposed to be excited, but they just know that it's awesome and everything's going well right now. Arkansas. They're like, what am I doing here? I'm feeling great about things. Arkansas, they have been super excited. They're super active online. The fan base is nuts. This whole Pig Suey stuff, I've never been there. I got to get out. I got to get out there. I got to go watch a game at Arkansas. I'm going to call out Duke fans because everybody claims to be a Duke fan, but nobody actually went to Duke. You just kind of inherited Duke. I don't know how you inherited it because nobody actually goes to Duke. They've only got 6,000 people in their undergrad program. So you didn't go to Duke. Don't be a Duke fan. Stop all this nonsense. Florida State, I'm giving them credit because whenever I was playing, it was the only school in the ACC that served alcohol on the premises. And there were a couple of fans that broke out. So I'm giving them, there might be the most obnoxious ones that I played against in person. I actually turned it into 6 schools, but there are my fan base superlatives right there.
All right. So I went a little bit differently than just the top 5 craziest fan bases. I want the ones that drive me the most crazy online. So
I'm sure there's a lot.
I'm gonna go from 5 to 1. I'm gonna start with number 5, and that's VCU Fans. It's kind of tapered off a little bit, but for a while there, VCU Fans were just on me because at one point I wrote a column where I said that I think VCU is kind of what they are right now when they're running havoc. Is kind of this is what they're going to end up being. They lost a couple of years in a row in top 32, and it's just I don't think that you can win at the highest level playing a pressing style system. And so they did not like me for that. And for probably the next 5 to 6 years, every time they got a big win, I would get in my mentions VCU fans saying VCU has peaked. And well, I think that column is held up pretty well, guys. I don't know about you, but I don't know. I don't see VCU making any more Final Fours. So number 4 on my list, San Diego State fans, right?
Really?
Yes. Oh, they're insane. They drive me crazy. And it's all because when they had Malachi Flynn, I didn't rank them like number 2. Remember how they had that long run where they were undefeated? I had them ranked like 5th. I was like, I'm not just – I said it at the very beginning of the year. I said, San Diego State is going to make a long run undefeated. Just because they're beating Fresno State, I'm not going to bump them over teams I think are better just because they don't play anybody in their league anywhere near as good as like a Duke or a Kentucky or any of these other power conference teams. And San Diego State fans were not happy with that. And I still get them popping up in my mentions reminding me about it. They drive me crazy. Number 3 on my list, Virginia fans, right? Ooh. I've gotten to the point where I think me and Virginia fans are cool, but for a while anybody that graduated from Virginia thinks that they're the smartest person on the planet.
Oh, let's go. Let's get personal, Dauster. Let's get personal.
Virginia is the Michigan of the ACC. As my guy Christian Hackenberg said on our Field of 12 After Dark show last week, Michigan thinks they're the Harvard of the Big Ten. They kind of have this ego that think they're better than everyone. I think that Virginia fans kind of have a little bit of that complex. And when you combine that with the fact that they played a less than aesthetically appeasing style of basketball while also winning a lot, it kind of gave them a complex. It was like anybody says that something that can be moderately assumed as negative of Virginia, they swarm and they attack. There are 783 billion Twitter accounts right now. I did the math. 783 billion Twitter accounts that have the name of a city and who in it, right? So you got Atlanta who, Seattle who, Baltimore who, you got Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Every single person that ever went to Virginia has a Twitter account with the name of a city and who in it. And if you say anything moderately negative about Virginia, they just pounce and they attack and they drive me crazy. All right. Number 2 on my list, NC State fans. NC State fans are kind of similar to, look, they still think that they are in the same conversation as Duke in North Carolina because you won a national title in 1983. 38 years ago, you won a title.
They're the angry youngest brother.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I mean, and here's the thing. They're freaking passionate. I agree with you, Dash. I'm not thinking. Look, gosh, they're good.
Look, they pack that place out. They are loud. They are passionate. They go after you. But like, come on, you're NC State. Like, just okay. Let's be happy when you guys like. If you get to the second weekend, congratulations. That's a great season for you. You're NC State. You know. So yeah, they get after me a lot. Number 1 on my list. Do you guys know who it is? The Wisconsin Badgers.
Ooh.
He's not a fan. Not a fan. All I'm going to say is sup. That's all I got to say. What's up, guys? What's going on? How's Wisconsin doing right now? They got so mad at me when I did not rank Wisconsin as the best team in the Big Ten coming off of winning the 2020 regular season, right? How'd that go for you guys? Anybody know? Not great, right?
It didn't go well.
That's all I got to say. Sup, Wisconsin fans.
Wow.
All right, guys. This was a great podcast. As always, please, if you're still listening to this, subscribe. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere that you listen to podcasts for absolutely free. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button. Do all of those things that make us happy as podcasters. For John Fanta, for Terrence Oglesby, I'm Rob Dauster. See you guys again next week.